it's us again.
Hey.
Another week, another bunch of stories of adventures in collecting, right? Because it was a
Stories.
somewhat adventurous week, wasn't it?
Yes.
Here and there.
In a way, it was.
Yeah. So we're back down to 3 this week, which is cool. Right? Well, 4, counting Emmeett. But we'll see
For
how
now.
long that lasts.
3.5.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, I mean, it wasn't a huge week of releases, but there was one mess that I'm sure we'll go into later.
Yeah.
I think everybody is caught up now. We don't have anything else in shipping limbo right now, right?
Not that I know of.
I have one figure that is in shipping limbo, but I think that was actually the post office's fault. So that figure should show up tomorrow, and then I've got, to be honest with you, I got nothing in the pipeline for a while.
What is it?
It is that Spectre figure, the Platinum Spectrum figure from the wave that will go, we shall not be named, or whatever it was I used to say. The Crisis wave that everybody got so ticked off about, and so I am still ticked off about. But now I have the Platinum version of the one figure that everybody wanted out of that. So now I will sit here continuing to be mad, pretending that I'm not going to try to figure out a way to buy the rest of that wave now. And we all know how that works, right?
Yeah.
Big money loss.
So winning that equal opportunity to buy a figure, I'm not quite sure was all that great. But we'll see. We will see. That is interesting. They don't list him as.
I was yawning.
I didn't have any idea my co-host this week was a horse. Jeez.
I had another name in mind.
I had a short 3-letter word to put on the end of horse. There you go. Anyways, no, it's an odd figure, and I will tell you why, because it's actually Parallax. It's actually Hal Jordan as the Spectre, but he's not listed that way. It's still listed as Jim Corrigan, which is very strange. Because Jim Corrigan is the classic Spectre that's available in that wave that shall not be named. So I don't know, kind of strange, but we'll see when we get it. I'll show it to you next week. How's that? I had a bout of, I don't know, temporary insanity. Is that what you want to say? And decided that I actually had almost all of my McFarlane stuff put away because of the project that went on for 6 weeks behind me. And I started to think about, you know how things are out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yeah.
If you got stuff put away, you start thinking about letting stuff go, and maybe, man, and then, you start going through things, and
then you have one word, no.
Well, it wouldn't. I guess I'm like everybody else. If the right offer came along for the whole lot, I would let it go.
Yeah.
But geez, we've all done this, right? You go through the math, and then you start to actually enjoy them kind of all over again. When you start taking
on the
and then you realize, oh, geez, there's a whole lot more here than I thought. And I mean, I came up with 142 loose figures, and 43 carded figures, or boxed figures in that particular instance. And geez, I got to thinking, even if, like I was just telling these guys, if I wholesaled them out at $10 a piece, just flat out $10 a piece, doesn't matter what they are, and then $20 a piece for the carded, the box stuff, it's still way over $2,000 with, the 4 vehicles I've got too. And it's just like, somebody wanted it, I suppose. But I started slow but sure putting stuff back out tonight on the shelves and like that this afternoon because I like them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the way it is. So, and I've told John this before. I had the Marvel run, the Mattel run, DC Universe. I had that from figure one. There was one figure I was missing through those 18 waves, and that includes the exclusives and the figure of the month club, and then the annual exclusive figure of the month club. I mean, all of it. I never got the San Diego Comic-Con Lobo from that set, and it wasn't that it was expensive. I just never did it. One of those things you just never think of. I sold that collection off years ago, and I have to tell you, I genuinely regret selling that collection. All that Star Wars stuff I don't even miss, to be perfectly honest with you. But that Mattel set, that Mattel collection, I really regret letting that go because that was an awesome way. That was an awesome collection. So I don't think I want to do it again. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I just don't think I want to do it again. I will say this, McFarlane, there you go, for your week. It's looking very much so like he's going to absolutely stampede us with figures this year too. The good news is I'm not even interested in 2/3 of the ones that I've seen listed so far, which is cool.
I think that's the case for most of your toy factories right now.
Yeah.
They're going to stampede us with figures this year because they're all doing so bad, so poorly. And it's crazy. We was talking earlier about where Beachhead and Eel and Snow Serpents have done been moved up to May 1st on shipping. And that's a whole 2 months ahead of what they're supposed to be shipping out at.
Yeah.
Also, he's wrong. He has more than 4 of vehicles. He has 5.
I'm wondering too if they overproduce because that's when we're seeing all this stuff at Ollie's. But I'm wondering now if they're not going to underproduce. Because I was just looking, the Vamp still sold out, and I thought for sure they'd have some of them up for sale.
Yeah, you know, I really do think you're on. I think you're onto something there, John. I've been saying for a while the production numbers are dropped, and they had said that they were going to. So there's no big news flash there, but I think you might be right. I think they may be underproducing now because let's face it, they can get them to the shelves a lot quicker. If there's a lot less of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, collector beware, right? If you're going to sit around on your thumbs waiting for something to go to clearance or Ollie's or something, it may not happen.
It's still I'm just waiting for how you can have a pre-order and be sold out of a pre-order.
I don't know.
That's because they've already got them made and on their way. That's why they're coming out so early.
A pre-order is something that you order and it gets produced.
Right.
Well, it's called pre-order.
Yeah.
You know, things that are already there and ready to be sold, that's ready to go.
I think they go up for sale as pre-orders when they own the water on the way over here. They've already got them produced and on the way.
Very well be.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that Vamp would have, if Vamp went up in October, they say it takes roughly 9 months from the start till production until they're delivered. 9 months. It was October and it delivered 6 months. So they had 3 months already on there before they put it up for pre-order. Right. It was already in the factories being produced.
But
it had to be.
We're still waiting on our dragonflies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
we'll talk a year for those or more.
Yeah. But so I mean, I would love to think those are going to be early. And let's face it, it's April,
summer.
Yeah. So we're going to find out, right?
I bet we don't see them before September. Well, the His Tank, ended in August, and it was, end of November before they started shipping?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So maybe October before we see them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell you what. We've said it before, say it again, that the His Tank left a sour taste in everybody's mouth as far as the shipping dates go. If they're going to try and push another HasLab this year, all I can say is either do it late enough so that we've got our dragonflies, or hurry up and give us our dragonflies, because I think that wait time alone might turn people off, especially if it happens twice. So that would be my expert advice to Hasbro, because of course I know they're sitting on the edge of their seat just waiting for my advice on this.
I think I need to skip a year for HasLab's not doing nothing until next year.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It's time to save up for it, because
just don't do that. Jeez. So, anyways, that's an interesting opener, wasn't it? You know, you're making noise on that mic. Would you stop doing that?
I'm trying to.
Well, stop it. Did you guys hear that? He's over here beating on the mic.
I'm gonna eat the mic in a minute.
You're going to be sniffing your pillow in a minute when you go to nights. So,
Dreaming of giant marshmallows.
yep. So, let's see. We got anything that we need to keep us some semblance of an order or what? You got anything,
From
John?
the intro's order, Shane starts first.
I did pick up which y'all, I think you showed Quick Kick and Airborne last week, so I didn't bother getting them out. But I do like the fact that Airborne, you can take his goggles and put over that instead of putting that night vision in there and actually make it look like the vintage.
Yeah.
Because on the vintage, he had goggles molded onto his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like that. So I didn't, as far as that, like I said, I picked up a second Techno Viper and a Quick Kick and Airborne from Wolf Den. And his big boy hadn't come in yet, but he's expecting those and the retro carded figures. So right now I'm trying to save something for those when he does get them in.
Yeah, I hear you.
But, the retro card, I'd kind of like to, if I could, I'd kind of like to get 2 of each because I definitely want to open one, and the other I'd like to kind of keep because the cards look so good and all now. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I did finally get my shipment in from the February Mythic Legions, their online sale that they had with a lot of the Legion builders. I got my Vampire Legion Trooper there. And,
Oh, cool.
It's got the little headgear. Of course, you can see the handsome vampire dude in there. Like they all are. And shield. He come with a pitchfork, and then it come with alternate heads, which that's why I got 2 of them. And this is with the other head, which you can take these off and swap them out with either helmet. So
Cool.
So this is like a hooded one, and of course you come with a shield also. And they all put them brown belts in there with them, but I wish they would make them like solid black figures,
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't bother with the belts. I don't bother. I just put what they can hold in their hand, and I'm kind of good with that instead of attaching all that other stuff to it. But no, these are really cool. They go good with my vampire sets. My Vampire Legion that I got going.
Nice.
And then the other 2 that I got in that set was the Gold Knight, which these are really nice. It's got the blue feathered plume, and you can, if you wanted to, take it out and have them without it, which still looks pretty good. Just don't look at the back because then they got a hole in their head.
Oh yeah.
But
someone got here with a mace.
Yeah, right. The cannonball.
But it's got the like the classic with a hinged jaw type helmet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then he come with a second head that had like the old jousting style.
Oh yes.
Helmet. Yep. And they come with a few other accessories and all, but I got this one with a shield and a sword, and this one. I wished I had a couple more of these, like one on each side, like a diorama with like a door or something, and have one on each side like a guard.
Yep.
I thought that'd be pretty cool. But overall they're nice figures. Like I said, they're solid gold. But it's kind of cool. Yeah. Like the old TV show, Solid Gold. But I will tell you, this one right here, I went to swap the head out. And of course the neck joint comes off. I don't know if I can get it off now. Let's see. Oop, see, like that. So the neck joint comes off, but
with the head.
Then you got to pop the neck out of the head, which it's tight, so I had to heat it. But this one, because it come packaged with this head, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to end up boiling the head to get this thing out because it was fused. The paint was fused to the inside, and I never got it out without. I was afraid I was going to break it. It started stressing and all, and I finally just had to get the water boiling hot and let it sit in there for about a minute. And then I had to twist it, and I was afraid I was going to twist the end off of it. Mm-hmm. Finally, it broke loose. But I was like, wow, that one was in there really good. But you could see because the inside was kind of white colored like him, like his face. So I guess it's this with black on it. I don't know. But you could see white paint around the ball joint after I got it out, where it was actually stuck to it and fused to it. And, but I finally got it off and got the head swapped out. So
Cool.
Where'd that go? Okay. And like I said, you can see these just pop right in the side right there. You got a big old hole, and they fit in pretty tight, except for that and keep falling out. But if you ever get it in there good, it'll stay. So yeah, that was from the February shipment they did. Took them a few weeks to get everything shipped out because they were in the doing shows in between all that too. So
and they're apparently not a huge company neither,
right?
That employs a whole bunch of people, because their shipping people go and do shows also.
Right.
Yeah, and the guy that answers the emails, he was busy helping ship, so that's why they ain't answering no emails right now.
Yeah,
because he told me to email him about that one I had to break, the leg broke on, and I hadn't heard back from him yet. So, I know he said that guy was also helping do shipping and stuff. So, but yeah, I got those in, and like I said, I picked up Quick Kick and Airborne yesterday, and another Techno Viper, and a different thing. Of course, we've talked about media, how everything's going digital, and I don't know if you guys know this. Best Buy no longer carries DVDs.
Yep, all gone.
Yep, they're all gone. They said it's strictly website only.
Yep.
And Target, you probably noticed their section's gotten smaller. Walmart's hadn't really decreased yet. I'm surprised, but the one thing I liked about Best Buy, because they get a lot of exclusive steelbooks, and my goal is to get all the MCU movies in steelbook.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I've got some so far. Fortunately, I managed to grab the Spider-Mans because them things sell just like that. And they re-released the first Spider-Man movie, the Homecoming, because that one was selling for like $150 on eBay. And
That's
then
insane.
they went ahead. Then they done a second run of them, and I was able to catch it when it come out. But Walmart right now actually has 4 of the MCU movies, including the Avengers, in what they call the Mundo collection. These just come out this week. So I picked up the Avengers.
Oh, cool.
It's got you can see the Tesseract's got a slip case, which that slides off, and it's color out of it.
That's cool.
Makes it blue, but it's got on the side Mundo collection. Now, the other ones they have the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Doctor Strange, and the first Black Panther, which I've already got Black Panther on Steelbook, but I do need the other 2, but they're going to have to wait for right now because, they are like $35 a piece. That's the downside to it. They're expensive, but they're really nice. Of course, it's got Iron Man on the back there. And so anybody that collects Steelbooks, they got these now, so go check it out. And don't buy them all up. Leave me some for later when I get some money. when I get the other 2 that I need. It is cool, a little different, but and it is 4K, by the way, 4K and Blu-ray. They have 4K and Blu-ray in there in the thing. And as far as the inside goes, you can see. Of course, they got the digital copy too.
Right.
You even got artwork on the disc. I don't know if you can see that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool there. And actually, there's artwork on the inside too of the case. You can see there, Thor and the Hulk. And
nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, that's my goal, to at least get them up through the Infinity War. I don't know if I'll try to get all of them after that because, of course, now they're slowing down. They're talking about only doing 1 movie a year instead of 3 now. Which, if you're a Marvel Legends collector and just collect the comic versions, that means big trouble for you because if there are fewer movies, guess what? They're going to be putting out more comic versions of the characters in the Marvel Legends. So, there you go. I kind of miss all the movies now because.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I hear you. No, that's a good point. Actually, that's a good point. They got to produce something.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know what series because I thought they had some more series in the work, but as we all know, they're hurting bad right now, and
Yes,
they're
They're
hemorrhaging money off of these movies and stuff. So things are not going their way.
Well, I got to tell you, we went to watch Godzilla Kong, New Empire last Saturday. I have to tell you that two of the best movies we've seen in the last year were both Godzilla movies, minus one and that one. I have to tell you, it's killing it at the box office, and I don't care what side of the political fence you're on. The good thing about that movie is there isn't 1 second of preachy anything. It's just a flat out monster fight, right? And you know what? I hope they take the hint to, you want people to go to the movies to go see adventures, go have fun for 2.5 hours or whatever, to make movies like Godzilla New Empire, because it's just a fun movie. No crap, no super special guest stars and all this other garbage. Just nope, awesome. So you know what? Maybe Disney will get it. They go back to where they've always been. I think they'll be okay if they continue to push. People push back with their wallets, and if you're in business, that's the worst kind of pushback you can get if they stop buying your product. So that's the way it is.
And to be honest, some of the movies' toys are actually kind of cool.
Yeah, well, but they're still marketed towards kids, and if the kids ain't going to those movies, they don't care about those toys.
No.
So that's that.
Squishy Kong.
Jeez, we got a bunch of guys here. Jeff Parker, Wade Boutwell, Jared still hanging around here. Jonathan Wolf, what's happening, buddy? Adam Frederick, nice.
Come on, guys.
Hopefully they're still here.
Adam's our new member, right? The diorama maker.
I believe so. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Boy, what a collection he's got, huh?
Oh yeah.
Nice, spiffy, clean room and everything.
Nice work.
Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool.
Yep, I done saw some of them. Was it Gage posted some pictures today of where he picked up one of the dioramas? Looked good. I liked it.
It was really good.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Nice. What else you got, John? Anything pressing? Non-pressing?
No.
It's been one of them weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just been one of them weeks.
This is going to be one of these episodes where you sit here and go, "How long is it before I say something that gets me in trouble?" Because there wasn't a lot going on this week. So how long is it going to be before?
You guys.
You understand, Jared?
I don't want to like give anything away or nothing. I don't know. We said we'd give 2 weeks before we talk about the comics.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you guys have seen Red Duke number 4 yet. Has it been 2 weeks? Has it been out 2 weeks yet? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I've had it a week, but I'm sure it's been out 2 weeks.
Have you read it?
I have not got a chance to read it yet. No.
Have you read it, Dave?
No, I don't even have them. I haven't been to the shop in 6 weeks. So,
okay.
Well,
if
that's a too high score.
I mean, we know from Duke number 2, they introduced, of course, Clutch and the Vamp.
Yep.
I mean, it looks like some of the classified figures like Rock and Roll and Stalker were patterned, or the comics was patterned after the classified figures. So not to give anything away, but if you read Duke number 4, there's more vintage vehicles introduced in it, and they're actually counted as older vehicles that were, if you recall, they were in the pit when Major Blood basically assaulted the pit in issue 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so they escaped by going to the old motor pool down in the very deep bowels of the pit where they had the mothball vehicles, and there's three vehicles, 3 vintage Joe vehicles that they come out guns blazing with to escape from the pit. So
nice.
And one of them was an aircraft, by the way. So if you hadn't read it, so that could be a good indication of what may be coming.
I know one of them was a Ram, wasn't it?
No,
On
I
the
think the
cover.
Ram was what was it? Was it Ram? You know, I done forgot what one of them was. I know what I remember two of them, but I never forgot what that was.
I have to get close.
But I didn't want to say because I didn't want to spoil it for anybody who hadn't read it yet. Since it hadn't,
I don't care if I know that I'm spoiling it.
Okay.
It's been 2 weeks. They should know by now. It's my fault I didn't
Yeah,
read
you're
it.
not going to hurt my feelings.
Well, okay. So if you don't want to know, plug up your ears.
Right.
Or keep them open so you will know.
Okay. Sky Striker was the aircraft. Yep, they come out with a Sky Striker and the amphibious personnel carrier, the APC.
Yeah, that makes sense. APC, that makes sense.
And now I'm gonna have to go back and look because I can't remember what the third one was.
It's an OG. It's an OG vehicle.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
that's
OG.
trivia.
I thought on the cover it had breaker or clutch and the Baroness on a ram cycle.
Maybe it was the Ram, but I was thinking there was another one that they had on there.
Look right over here. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, you'll have to. It's toward the back there. They come out with it, and
Cool.
And if you read issue 3, it kind of goes back. You learn how Major Blood got a patch on his eye because he did survive, and but he is missing an eye. Oh yeah, they are on the Ram.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely.
I was thinking, look in the back of it though, Shane, because I was thinking it was another vehicle. Maybe it was the Ram I'm thinking about.
Maybe it was. I don't remember.
But I thought it was interesting that the APC, that they had the APC in the sky. The Sky Striker seemed kind of odd for them to come flying out of the pit out, you know.
Well, yeah.
But I don't know. Rumor is the Rattler's going to be the HasLab this year. So Sky Striker may be
I tell
next
you
year.
what, that rumor is 6 or 8 months old, and boy, it is still hanging right in there.
If it is, I'm happy.
No, I'm not. You don't have to pay for it.
Emmeett gets to look at the one that Dave buys.
I do know scrap iron is in the Duke 4.
You have to.
Yeah,
even
you're right.
bamboozle
He showed up in there too. Yeah.
I'm out.
All right, well,
We got the
I'm flipping back.
APC,
don't do that.
the Sky Striker, and the Mobat.
A Mobat?
Mobat. That's right. The Mobat. That's right.
You missed a tank?
Oh, I couldn't. I'm telling you, my
There they
mind
are.
went blank. Yep. There it is, right there.
Boy, that Mobat looks an awful lot like a Mauler, though, don't
And
it?
but
Or
look
it
at the
may
top.
be a
It's
Mauler.
got the cannon when it's got the place for the guy to stand in the top. So it's
Bet.
definitely the Mobat.
It's definitely a Mobat, yeah.
Yep.
The artist just did look at that.
I did also notice a few other vehicles as I was thumbing through.
Bye, machine gun.
I can't believe I forgot it was a Mobat. It's been a week since I read it. That's the great thing about comics. I can go back and read them again a month later, and it all new to me.
It's all
over
fresh, right? Right.
And also, you got a few other vehicles in there also. You notice here the Baroness. What's she getting in?
Little Fang.
A Fang.
Oh, yeah, the Fang. I forgot about it. Yeah, she flew off in the Fang. I suspect the Fang will be coming real soon anyway. If they got the Ferret, you know they're going to do a Fang.
Yeah.
The small vehicles are pretty much
There's
guaranteed.
his tank.
Yeah. Fang, a Claw. I think a Skyhawk is an easy one.
Easy one, yeah.
Mirage Cycle.
Recon sled, that would be an easy
I
one.
still think there's going to be a Shark in Deep Six this year.
What about Mirage Cycle?
Yeah, the
I think
Recon
they'll
sled.
be
Yep.
Devilfish, too, I think. would be an
Devilfish.
easy one.
Yep.
And those wouldn't even be that hard.
Yeah, with wetsuit. I think we're going to see.
Cat, Thunder Machine. They're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now the Thunder
Oh,
Machine,
it's
the Thunder
gonna-
Machine was introduced in Cobra Commander 2.
Yes. Well, I get he called it his baby. I don't know if it was really a Thunder Machine or not. It was kind of weird.
It was Ripper was the one that was driving. So it was in a
Yeah.
and it got destroyed. So
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
maybe they all got a Thunder Machine. I don't know.
Yeah, right. This is going to sound really stupid, but bear with me.
Bear with his stupidity.
Oh,
I would really like to see Hasbro back off on the figures for a bit and focus more on vehicles. Because
Tiny
let's
vehicles.
face it, we
So
got
many
a
figures and no
ton
vehicles.
of figures, and
They all having to walk because they don't have nothing to ride in.
well, right. I mean, the his tank is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but there's still a lot of guys that don't have a his tank because of the money. The Vamps we just got, and they're awesome. We just want more. You know, the Ram Cycle's 3 years old now.
Yep.
This kind of sound like I said. It probably sounds strange, but I think I would really wish they'd back off on the figures and start giving us vehicles. I think that might actually help the line, if it actually needs help. Because, like I said, we got a ton of figures, and they're just kind of standing around. You know.
Yep.
So, I don't
I
know.
went into Ollie's today over in Gadsden, and it looks like they got, of course, all the Crimson Guards are going, but they've got probably 20 of each Dusty and Zoranas.
Yeah.
I mean, there are tons of.
That wave was way overproduced.
That way.
Yeah, badly.
And what was crazy about it, that wave come out in, I think January or February of last year, but Walmart didn't even get them until like April or May.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And by the time Walmart got them, everybody done had them. So then Walmart sends them off to Ollie's, I guess.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. That is the truth.
And I never did see Tomax and Emmeett and Stalker in Walmart around here. I saw them in one in Georgia, a Target in Georgia, as a matter of fact, but I never saw them in Walmart.
I don't know. I know. No, mine Target had them, but not Walmart.
Yep.
I saw them in a couple of Walmarts around here. That's probably Duke or Dusty and Zorana was the last ones I saw in Walmart. After them, it was nothing.
Yeah.
But I will say, if anybody out there watching this has been living under a rock for the last 5 years and ain't got a Skelegod yet, you can go to Ollie's and get one. They still got plenty.
No. that
Boy, they talk about overproducing. Boy, they overproduce that figure big time.
yeah, that's for sure.
I don't know. Some guys in the group said that they live on the west side of the state and said they could never find it over there. So I don't know if they all unloaded over here around Georgia and the eastern part of the state or what. I don't know.
I don't know where they was looking, but I got a ton of them. There's a ton of them around here.
I don't know. Distribution's
That was actually
always
the
been
first
kind
one
of
I
crazy.
had.
Yeah.
It's been extra crazy and extra wonky. I saw somebody post in the Master Universe group. They had showed a picture of their Walmart and said, finally, they had all kind of new Masterverse. They had the new Tila Sorceress and the Skeletor and all that. And I replied back to them. I said, all my Walmarts around here looks just like that, except instead of new figures, they got Naked Stratos, Sorceress, and Skelegod. So,
Crazy.
but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jared, there's a ton of Skelegods in the Jasper area.
And like I said, if it wasn't for like pre-ordering or big bad toy store places, the series 2 I found one time over in Georgia of the Origins figures that had, I don't even remember who was in it now, and the series that had what was it 3 that had Hordak and She-Ra. Never saw them in any of the Walmarts or any of the stores. None of the stores, not even Target. Never saw them. I never saw Wave 2 other than that one time. I never saw Wave 3 or Wave 4 or Wave, maybe not even Wave 5. I can't remember. And then all of a sudden, the next wave that finally comes in is the one with Sorceress and Jitsu and Naked Stratos, and they're still on the shelves here. Yeah. And they're up to what Wave 20 something now.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know what the deal is. Why they can't
6 waves of Snake Men already?
Yeah, and they say that the Origins are going out of the store and they're going to strictly be Mattel Creations, buy them from there. But if guess what? If they got their distribution straightened out and got them out to everybody, maybe they might have sold and they wouldn't be having to go through that. But
I'd be curious. Honestly, I'd be curious if it has something to do with are these things coming out of different factories at different times? Being shipped into different ports. I mean, stuff coming in West Coast, some coming in East Coast. I mean, I don't understand.
Oh, man,
I really don't understand the distribution issues. You remember, guys, thinking about sitting here, John was reading the Toy Fair stuff not too long ago. You remember the number one gripe over and over and over again in Toy Fair, and it doesn't matter what line it was, with the short pack figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the 90s and into the 2000s, it was the short pack figures. We don't seem to really have short pack figures anymore. We just have whole case lots that vanish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? We have whole halves of assortments that they're not short produced. They're not short packed. They just never show up. Where the heck are they? There's got to be warehouses somewhere full of this stuff. There just has to be.
They got to be.
Locker rooms full of stuff.
What
Gotta be.
the original carded figures. The Crimson Guardsmen showed up in not great numbers, but they did show up. Snake Eyes never did.
Nope.
Storm Shadow never did. Zartan never did.
Sure not.
Where the heck are those figures?
Yeah.
Where are those figures? What was the fourth one? No, that's all four,
That
right?
was-
The Crimson
yeah.
Guardsmen did
That's
show up,
right.
but it was Zartan and
Yeah.
Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Nada.
Yep.
Zip, zilch. Where the heck are those figures? Where are those figures? I've even seen the silver-faced Crimson Guardsmen
Mm-hmm.
on pegs.
Yeah.
Now they didn't sit very long because there just weren't that many of them. But I still wonder if there isn't another shoe to drop, so to speak, on some of these figures. And this stuff is just going to show up in an avalanche because, like you said, we've still got Dusty and Zorana. Chase figures, I think they kind of do that on purpose, Rick. Like McFarlane and his platinum stuff. The platinum edition. We had Chase figures back in the 90s too, but they were short pack figures, right? I remember being fortunate enough to open cases of figures, and I remember Star Wars figures, 16 to a case. I remember 15 of them are 2 and 2 and 2, but 2 of them were short pack, right?
Yeah.
To even it out. So 2 of those figures were made of unobtained. Elfont Mon was one of them.
Yeah.
That it's just like, wait a second, where the heck are all those figures? That entire wave sold through without any problem. No one ever got it. C.O. Bibble from episode 1, right? Made of unobtainium. Not because he was a Chase figure, it's because he was deliberately underproduced.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore, but whole waves just disappearing into the ether is. What did Walmart do with all those figures?
There ain't no telling.
Did Walmart ever get those figures? I got my carded Snake Eyes and I got my carded Storm Shadow. Both of those came from Pulse. They didn't come from Walmart.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see them in none of my Walmarts.
What was funny was on the Masters Universal Origin figures, they put out that one wave, which I did find at one time at the Gadsden Walmart, that had that Duplico from Sunman.
Uh-huh.
It had the Snake Armor Skeletor, and I forget the other 2 that was in the wave. And I walked into Gadsden, they had all 4 of them. But if you looked on the back of the box, it wasn't Duplico, it was Hypno Man that was supposed to be in that wave. And apparently, like Target and other places got them, and they got Hypno Man in there, but Duplico was exclusive to Walmart. Now, how they picked out one figure, I guess they took it out and put it in the, some of the cases had him instead of Hypno. But it's hard to find, and nobody can find it. But yet you see people taking pictures down in Mexico in their stores, and they're not even Walmart's. But it's like there's whole end caps full of just that one figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like Walmart said, "Hey, I don't know how that works." Apparently, they sold them overseas or sold them in Mexico, just straight up, and they just pulled a few out and put them in a few of those cases for Walmart. Apparently, I don't know.
We went through that. Went through that with the Jurassic World toys. That guys were just flooding the pages with pictures from South and Central America. All of the stuff that was just flat out not available in the United States, even though it was supposed to be, they were just flooded with it. It never came here. It just never happened. It wasn't that they were short or anything. They just never came here at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I never saw them either.
No. Hey, our buddy Mike. Yeah, it's Mike.
That's what I'm wondering, if those 3 figures are not being sold in Mexico or Canada or somewhere, just
Ain't no
sitting on
telling.
They
pegs.
got recarded and they're in Czechoslovakia or something. I mean,
Yeah.
that weird stuff used to happen. Remember? Seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
they used to do that quite frequently. Where the heck did those figures go? Because they exist.
I would trade a Canadian a barbecue for one of those carded snake eyes.
Yeah.
We got plenty of them, and apparently they didn't get no barbecues in Canada.
Nope, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that Canada just never saw the barbecues.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the barbecue is not a big thing in Canada anyway. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
They eat French food, apparently.
French fries, French mustard.
I do wonder, guys. I know a broken record, but I swear that there's cases and cases and cases of stuff out there that's just kind of lost. I don't know where it is. If it's being warehoused or like we said, it just got shipped elsewhere.
Is it shipping on Hasbro's end or is it shipping on Walmart's end? That's the problem.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, and Hasbro's never going to say, hey, it left our distribution center and went to theirs. They're never going to say.
Yep.
I will say this: the Storm Shadows shipped fast from Pulse. That Snake Eyes figure was a strong 6 weeks, 2 months late from the proposed date, the ship date that they had originally given on it.
Right.
I got one. Couldn't be happier, but this is going to sound crappy, but I don't know a whole lot of other people that have them.
I don't have one.
I mean, where are they? I don't know. You Snake Eyes.
Let me know.
We're supposed to believe that Walmart said, "Hey, we're going to cut back on the production on Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow," and Hasbro said, "That's a fantastic idea." I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah.
These figures were produced,
And those were exclusive to Walmart.
right?
Yeah.
But yet we exclusively never saw them in their stores anywhere.
Well, they never
saw them in Walmart, right?
And you'd say, well, they never. That's because they still full of the pegs are still full of Lady J and Baroness and the other two, but
Destro and Gung Ho.
the Crimson Guards showed up though. Even though they still had those others, the Crimson Guards still showed up at some of the Walmarts around here.
Yeah, but you remember what happened when the Gung Ho was released? No one could find a Gung Ho, and they were unobtainium too. And when they did come up with them, the cards were smashed or whatever.
Yeah.
But then towards the end of it, there was Gung Ho's everywhere. There's still Walmarts around here that have got a ton of Destros and Gung Ho's in them.
And it's funny because the Gung Ho, they clearance them to $22 from $24.97 to $22, but Destro's clearance down to $9.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
And they only got just a couple of Destros, but they got tons of Gung Ho's now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would they clearance one of them down so much, and then the one that they got tons of, not clearance it down but $3? I mean, I don't know.
You guys remember? You remember this kid, Mike just triggered my thoughts on that with that last comment there. Like a million years ago. You guys might not even remember this. You remember every year McDonald's did the Monopoly game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the drink cups and the Big Mac boxes, because Big Mac was the only one that had a box, and then the fry boxes all had a game piece that was based on the Monopoly board game. I think they still do it, right? Or did they give up on it?
I think they give that up. I haven't seen it.
It was always in October when they do it.
In the late 70s, when they started that, in the mid 70s, in the late 70s, early 80s, McDonald's Monopoly was a huge thing, right? It was massive, huge hit, hugely popular. But it got to the point where people were looking at their boards and they were going, how come my board looks exactly the same as John's or Shane's? Right? Our boards look exactly the same. Why is that? I can't remember if it was like 2020 or Nightline or one of the news shows back then. Actually, it was big enough for this. They actually did an investigation on McDonald's Monopoly, right? And they discovered that McDonald's was deliberately sending half of the game pieces to one coast half of the other pieces to the East Coast,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the two were never going to meet. You were never going to get all of the pieces like
Yeah.
you thought you were going to. And the big winner, it was legit. There was a big winner every year. That was literally produced once and shipped randomly, which was a huge gamble on McDonald's part because if it was lost or damaged or whatever, that was going to be it.
Yeah.
But they deliberately made it so that you could not collect that same board based on where you lived.
Right.
Yeah.
I do remember something about that now.
And they had to fix it because people were furious because they'd been playing this thing for 6 to 7 years, never understanding that. Wait a second, you had zero chance of ever completing that.
Yeah.
That's
Unless you did a lot of
Tennessee and
traveling.
Central Alabama. That's what it reminds me of. I mean,
Yeah.
but we're much more connected now, so it's not like we have collectors in California going, "Hey, we got all the snake eyes," and the guys in New Jersey going, "Hey, we got all the storm shadows," and right. Then you get the Reese's Pup. Hey, you got my peanut butter and my chocolate. When they're going to meet in Ohio and trade, it's not going to happen. It's something very weird with distribution, and I would love to know what it is. But I don't think they're ever going to tell us.
I want the peanut butter.
I don't think they know.
You know what? I'm not. Somebody like Emily or Lenny or any of the other spokespeople for Hasbro specifically, I think you're right, John. I bet they don't know. They don't have anything to do with shipping and receiving and warehousing, distribution. You're gonna bang your head on that thing one more time. I'm telling you.
I like with the Master Universe Origins. I think that was more of a Mattel thing because even the Targets, Walmart's, all of them. There was waves I never saw at any of the places. But so I think that was a Mattel issue there. I don't think
Could be.
I think they were having it, but others where you would see like the Masterverse. I only saw certain figures at Walmart, but most every one of them I saw at Target. So that tells me that's a Walmart issue. I think it's something with their distribution center or whatever. I don't know. I told you guys about the guy that was telling me that went into the Kmart over in the Kmart that was closed. It was closing the Kmart here. This was like, I think right after COVID, right before COVID, they were closing the Kmart over in Texas. Did I tell you guys about that?
I don't know.
Anyway, he walked into the Kmart to see what they had because they were closing. Of course, all the Kmart's closed down.
Sure.
And he said, hanging on the peg, all of that was tons of the power. What is it? Power of the Jedi that had the coins, the rare last wave, hanging there for like $1 or $1.50 a piece. And come to find out, they'd had cases of them that had got shoved into the back of the storeroom and under some steps, something, and actually literally sat back there for 30 years, 30-something years, right? Because those come out in 85.
Yeah.
And then when they went to closing the store and cleaning everything out, they found them and put them on the shelves and clearanced them off for like $1.50. Of course, he bought every one they had, obviously, because I mean, you're talking about on the card. You're talking about like the loot with a stormtrooper in stormtrooper disguise, and what else was in that wave that go? I mean, loose they sell for over $100, so carded probably several hundred or a couple of thousand. Wow. And he found there's like 5 or 6 cases worth there. He said, and I was like, man, that's been sitting back there all those years,
But I haven't heard a story like that in quite a long time. We used to hear them every once in a while. Like I remember in Winthrop, Maine, there was a store called Wilson's, right? It was a little local department store. What are you doing? It was just a little local department store. It had been there from forever and ever and ever. They used to sell toys and stuff. Every once in a while, they used to come up with some stuff that had kind of been misplaced or shuffled around wrong or whatever, but not as extreme as that. But I haven't heard any of those stories in so long now that I don't think. Who was it? Somebody was talking about this a year or so ago that the stores don't warehouse. They don't stockpile in the back like they used to. They keep very little out back. It's seasonal stuff that has to be rotated out. And that's it. I mean, they're not stocking stuff back behind like they used to.
I don't believe that. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I actually looked in the back of the Walmart a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you guys a story. I bought a smoker, and the one I got was damaged.
Yep.
So I went back. When we took it back, went with a guy into the back to take it back into the back where the warehouse area part. And there was so much stuff piled up back there. It was unreal.
Yeah.
There was boxes of stuff just sitting there unopened, and saran wrap pallets just full of stuff.
That's crazy.
And he told me they just don't have enough employees to put all the stuff out.
Well, that I believe, because boy, the employees are a problem, aren't they?
He said the only place that you really going to have stuff put out quickly is in the food section, and that's it.
Yeah, because they have to.
Yeah. It's just like I collect the Lego minifigs, the different series that come out.
Right.
I went looking for them a couple of days after they was released, and the guy said, "Well, they're not out here yet. They're in the back somewhere." So he went back there and found them and brought them out, you know. But he said if he wouldn't have brought them out, if I wouldn't have asked for them, it could have been weeks before they set them out. Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe it's a lot with stocking issues and just stuff getting overlooked, and I believe that's why Ollie's is getting a lot of this stuff that we're not even seeing in stores.
Yeah,
I believe that's a lot of the issues.
It's a mess. It's just a mess. Christopher Palmer. That's a name I don't recognize. Hey, Christopher. Travis. Mr. Travis Higgins on here checking us out. Interesting, isn't it? I don't know. But I think, kind of, let's bring this back full circle. I think John is on to something with the speculation that production numbers were going to drop, because we know that. They told us they were, but John's speculation that they may have dropped them too low, I think might be correct.
At this point, they don't have enough employees to produce stuff no more.
And
now I'm concerned I should have pre-ordered a ferret. Because after looking at the vamp and seeing it still sold out.
Well, you know what, guys?
It stayed up for order for a long time.
I will tell you,
it has been going up for order again, and then going back off. Going up just at random.
I hate to say it, I rolled the dice because I had 3 of them on pre-order and I canceled it the other day. Because I was looking at it going, I don't like the timing of that, because if I speed it up 6 weeks, 2 months, that puts me in a really bad financial situation. So you know what? I just looked at it like, you know what, buddy? You can cancel them now, or you can not be able to buy them when they come out. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I canceled. We will see what happens with the ferrets. You know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I had said right along I wasn't doing the pre-order thing anymore. Well, I did the pre-order thing and then canceled it. So
you didn't do it.
I've stuck to it so far. Like I said, I haven't even pre-ordered the SMS yet, but of course it's still up for pre-order. It hasn't sold out.
Yeah.
But and it surprised me that the Roadblock Tripwire 2-packs sold out. And, you see everybody, I don't do the sublines, but I know they sold out
day one and been sold out.
So somebody's doing them, somebody's buying them.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good segue. Hey, you got the pictures of salvage and the why can't I think of the name of it? What are they called?
Wreckage and the
Tiger Paw.
Tiger Paw.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, and you found someone with a vamp with $165? I could probably find somebody who's got one for $200. That's crazy.
I'll tell you, don't buy it.
No, exactly. Jeremy Pinkard, hey buddy. So here's what happened. For those of you that do not know this, and I don't quote me on the days because I don't remember the days of the sequence, but this is what happened.
Sunday.
This sucker got leaked.
Sunday.
Right? Sunday. Got leaked. Yep. Well, not too long after that, I don't know why. Hasbro has had tons of leaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they decided to do this. I really don't. But they decided to chuck this sucker up on pre-order on
Tuesday.
Pulse. And it freaking evaporated in literally minutes.
No, not even.
So Emily gets on and makes a post. Oh, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. She claimed there was some sort of, my understanding of what is, she claimed there was a glitch in the ordering system. So Target, they are going up for pre-order on Target as quickly as we can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blam. They showed up for pre-order on Target and evaporated on Target too. So here comes Miss Emily again. Oh, we're so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Holy crap. Right. Here we go. Oh, they're all gone. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get them back up on Pulse just as quickly as we can. 3 strikes and you're out. Blam. Stuck them on Pulse. And guess what happened, guys? You probably already know. They evaporated again. Instant sellouts. The last communique from Hasbro, Miss Emily says, we're so sorry for the confusion. We hope everybody's not too disappointed that wasn't able to get one, but they will be available again in July from Target. What in the world, guys? What in the world is all of that? I mean, the numbers, either the system had to be impossibly screwed up, or the numbers have got to be impossibly low, because you can't have 3 consecutive sellouts that quickly in one day.
Yep.
And then just have everybody say, oh, hey, yeah, hang on, they'll be back up in July. I don't understand. I'm beginning to wonder if somehow they weren't thrown up by accident on Pulse the first time, because there was no forewarning. There was nothing. They just showed up. Somebody was testing the page or something. I don't know. But
I don't know, but it was crazy.
And I did learn some interesting things about this that figure. Mike posted this in the group the other day that he was initially he was going to be named Sabretooth, but Sabretooth went unproduced. And everybody complaining that this is an exact repaint of the Firefly figure, the classified Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
The original Sabretooth was an exact repaint of
Firefly.
So maybe that's an homage. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But it's an interesting little side story.
Yep.
But why not buy for 165 a Vamp? I don't know, buddy. I don't think they're going to hold the value that well.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't. I'm not going to do the math right off the top of my head, but I mean,
why not buy one for 165? Because it's $65 more than what it's worth.
Well,
plain and simple, they're going to come back up on Pulse if you can just be patient and wait.
I would
come back
just
on Pulse.
I'd get on there and just I'd check it every morning and check it again in the afternoon, and you'll catch it.
If you have an email, you can get a notification to your email when they come back available. I wouldn't, man. I mean, you can do what you want to. It's your money, but $165 is $65 more than they're worth.
I tell you what,
In my opinion.
I'm in 100% agreement with Shane and John. The Vamp is iconic. It really is. There has to be more of these in production. There has to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $100. It's $100 vehicle. I think Hasbro threw it out there just to see how well it would do. If you remember correctly, it didn't sell out super fast.
Nope.
But it did eventually sell out, which means they're going to make more of them. And if you guys have seen Gridiron Studios, are you seeing this phase 1, 2, and 3 upgrades for the Vamp that these guys are making?
I have been.
Travis posted that picture of the chicken. Go on to the Alabama chat. You will see the picture of the bucket of chicken in one of their accessory packs for the Vamp. I guarantee you those guys know what they're doing, because they're dumping a bunch of money into tooling for something that's sold out. I don't think so. Just hang on. Just Travis, don't spend the extra $65. Just hang in there.
Yeah.
I really strongly believe that the vamps are going to come back out. I really.
And those loadouts from Get Our Studio, they're cool, but they're just not.
It's not a
G.I.
vamp.
Joe. I mean, it's just not G.I. Joe, man.
Yeah, I mean they are cool, but and I haven't ordered any. At $30 a pop, you stick all that stuff on there, and it's really, really cool. But it's not a vamp anymore. So yeah, I don't know if they sell a bucket of chicken either. No, hang in there, bud. Just hang in it. Look, let's look at this realistically. We're seeing his tanks, complete sealed his tanks. I saw 2 of them this past week for $350. Good night, buddy. Have a good day at school. $350. That's $50 more on a $300 toy. That's the Sky Strikers are basically back to what everybody paid for them. Just hang in there on that vamp. Just hang, and those were HasLabs. Just hang in there. The vamp will be more reasonable. $65, $65. I mean, that's a ferret right there.
Oh yeah.
Don't spend the money just yet.
You had a picture of wreckage by itself, didn't you, Sean?
Oh yeah, give me 1 second. I'll pull him up.
Now, can you guys refresh me on what Mike said? I think John might have said the same thing. He was actually produced, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
It was later.
It was like more of a green striping, and instead of all the brown, because his holsters and all is brown, it was the upper part was black and the lower part was orange. If you can go back to my screen there, Shane, I'll show you. I got it pulled up on the.
I remember seeing pictures of the original.
Yeah, I got it pulled up right there. That's the original from the. It was a 5-pack that Toys R Us did. But notice how it's like a greener looking striping, and and he's not wearing gloves. He's got just regular. I mean, he's just hanging. You know. But that's loosely what he's based off of. It's not. It come with a Jinx, Stalker, Dial Tone, and Big Brawler. So there's also Big Brawler was a newer character that. I'll pull up the thing here if I can get it to. What you doing? Why are you not pulling?
You're welcome, Travis.
Yeah, just
our honest opinion, you know.
Yeah, just hang in there.
Yeah, on that one. Yeah, I would give it a little time. I thought. Yeah, here we go. I hate this little window that pops up when you try to look at something, and it moves every time you try to adjust it. But that's
I hate that.
Yeah,
that was during the Joe
so
versus
this was
Cobra
really
back.
big, wasn't it? Oh.
Yeah, this was back during 2003.
Okay, I was going to say 2002, but yeah.
So I suspect we'll be getting this Jinx in the green with the stripes.
Yeah.
We'll be getting. We'll probably be getting Big Brawler. And when we get a Dial Tone, I'm sure they'll do him in a Tiger Force paint scheme, and Stalker.
Now, who's Big Brawler based on?
He was just a character. Now this one, you notice this Big Brawler had red hair. That was the first release, and then when he was re-released, I mean, it was a short pack run, and then they changed it to black. So the red-headed one is the more rare of the two. But let me actually click on Big Brawler and we can see the.
That's true, Mike.
Yeah, he's 100%. Mike's 100% right. Just gotta wait those guys out.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that was the red-headed version was the more rare when it come out. Then they replaced it with the one with black hair and more darker skin. But as far as the first, let's see, the first Big Brawler come out, it was in that too. Remember the collector's edition that had the Dragonfly helicopter on it that Toys R Us. Was it Toys R Us got those? They come out in 2000, 2001. So this is the original Big Brawler figure here. He come with, I believe, with tripwire because they were 2-packs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't. It was after my time and before my re-entry.
It was the right here. The collector's edition set that come out.
Yeah. Those sets. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
That was when Big Brawler was introduced, and then he's had actually, because he had the updated version when they done the, well, as you can see here, the different ones, and then you'll notice on here on the very end they done them in a 25th style too.
Yeah,
right there.
Really?
I don't know if I can put it, yeah. There we go. Let me turn it this way and see if I can get them in the picture better. There you go.
Wow.
And he had like a Tiger Force pattern on in the that was in 2015.
Yeah.
But you see this one here, that was the new molding. This one right here, because the other ones were just repaints of older Joes from the 80s and 90s. But then they done the one that's had the what I call the knobby shoulders.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And he was Tiger Force on that too, so he's kind of more of a Tiger Force theme.
Yeah.
Pretty much ever since his first release. His first release, he just had that shirt that said Army on it, but then they kind of put him in Tiger Force from there on out. But I suspect he'll be a big bulk character, taller than the others.
One of the big bucks, yeah. Gung Ho roadblock buck.
I don't know if you remember when when around 05 when the Valor versus Venom kind of went away, they went to direct to consumer, where you ordered straight from Hasbro, and they done that's where you got Low Light and the Night Viper and a couple of those others, and there was one character called Major Barrage, and he was a big figure. He was a lot taller. He was a pretty cool figure. I was hoping maybe they might do him in the classified line too.
So it looks like there's still a pretty good pool to dip into with Tiger Force, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, Python Patrol, on the other hand, that's kind of run its course as far as the original releases, right? That hasn't.
Yeah, if you go back,
so.
the original, but if they go to the early 2000s, they did a 6-pack Python Patrol that had Major Blood, and gosh, I think it had the Rock Viper, Lamprey, what was the one that had all the little missiles on his legs? One of my favorite ones, and I can't even remember his name.
Missiles
Mine's gone blank. Yeah, it was Yalla. Yalla had the kind of half mask and had the launcher, but he had the little missiles that would go around it, stick around his feet. You put like 3 on each leg. I
know exactly what you're talking about. Had like a rocket launcher.
Yeah. Oh Lord, why can I not think of the name of it?
Heat Viper.
The Heat Viper.
No,
Heat Viper.
No.
That was one of them. I can't remember who else, but so I mean, if they go back to digging in the previous releases, I mean, there's a lot more Python Patrol they could do too.
Okay. I mean, they could do whatever they want, right? I mean, they don't have to stick to the OG. I mean, we got.
Well, and you can bet they're going to make use of these molds. They're going to do everything they can.
Oh yeah,
every penny out of them they can.
Right. I mean, everybody's going to be a Night Force too. If they even, I don't know if Hasbro even bothers with Walmart anymore.
They'll be lucky to.
Yeah, in Night Force there was like 2 waves of those back in the original run. So they got. I mean, there was what 8 per wave, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
There were 6 or 8 per wave. So you look at over a dozen right there in the Night Force.
Yeah, and we already see they're dropping new members to Night Force already. So
yeah,
with Shooter and what was his name? Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider.
And yeah, I mean, and the oddity of Night Force Ripcord, right? Ripcord.
Yeah.
With the Dragonfly, which is really, that one's kind of strange. In a tier, a tier,
crazy legs too.
Crazy legs, yeah. In a tier from a HasLab that's pointing towards a store exclusive line. That's a weird choice.
Well, they done that so they could release some general release in their regular version. Because they pretty much said they wouldn't, if they done it in the HasLab, they wouldn't release it in the store. So
Right.
They know most people's going to want an original Crazy Legs and original Airborne. It was Airborne, wasn't it? Was it Ripcord or Airborne?
I thought it was Ripcord.
Ripcord, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's
Was
Ripcord.
it? I don't know. I had to go because I was thinking it was Airborne.
So
Maybe it was Ripcord.
No, I don't remember either, Tim.
Timothy, they finally got rid of all of their carded figures, and the Snake Eyes, and Shipwreck, and Rock and Roll, and who was it? Scrap Iron. Scrap Iron's one that was jamming Walmart's up around here.
They're down to $17 now. Down here, the scrap irons are.
Well, you know what? Good for that store manager. I'd be watching it then because they're gonna be.
Ripcord, Glenda, and Crazy.
We don't.
Yep, it was Ripcord. Crazy Legs. Yeah.
We don't talk about Glenda on this show.
I like Glenda. Glenda's cool.
She's gonna be Scarlet. She's not
She's
gonna.
my favorite tier of the whole thing.
Yeah. Now, see,
She was the
the
best.
retro Scarlet figures are already out, and you can tell that that's what this Glenda is.
Yes,
Is a repaint of the retro Scarlet.
that's all it is.
So they already had that plan. I think. I mean, to me, I think the Dragonflies are probably already produced. I don't know if they're like. I don't know what their game is on that, but
Said it before, said it again. The minute that they showed up last September at London Comic Con, Hasbro showed up with produced, not production models, not the produced full production Dragonflies that were on display at the London Comic Con last September.
Yeah.
So everybody was just like, "Hey, they're going to be early, right? Because they're done, and we still don't have them." So I don't know.
Correct, Mike. Correct.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think we all pay full price for scrap iron, Travis.
Yep. But I wasn't going to risk not getting him,
No.
No.
and he was still worth it to
But-
me.
It's
Yeah.
like me and Rick was talking the other night for $17. Just the blast effects and missiles and the
Oh yeah, yeah,
drone is worth $17.
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
I thought about getting another just so I could have one drone on each side of him.
Mhm.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like Crocmaster, right? Everybody wanted two because you get two Crocs.
Two Crocs.
Well, you had Fiona, you had to get
Shrek.
Shrek too, so you had to have both.
Yeah,
And then you just throw a Dreadnought in there for Doki, so you got it covered.
that's right.
Mhm.
Christopher Kitchens. Yeah. Hey, Christopher, what's happening?
Well, put the monkey with a patch on his eye. That could be Doki.
All that. I'm telling you right now. I'm still sworn to secrecy, but I'm telling you right now. In Duke number 6, the full story about that illegitimate monkey is going to be revealed. Telling you right now.
Issue 6 of a 5-issue run.
Hey, it's not my fault. That's what my insiders are telling me. It's going to be surprising.
Well,
like Void Rivals, it was 4, now it's 6, now it's an ongoing. Duke issue number 6 is going to give us the skinny on that illegitimate one-eyed monkey.
You remember back in the 80s, the Transformers was a 4-issue miniseries, and then all of a sudden issue 5 come out, and then it ran for 70-something more issues.
That's it. We never said that, right? Yep.
Yeah, we're at number 8 on Void Rivals now.
Yep.
After that 4-issue run.
It's looking in it. It looks like the Transformers are going to make another appearance in Void Rivals, and the next issue comes out.
I think so.
I think so.
Kind of teasing towards it, are they?
I think they're going to show up again.
You got to work hard to make that money, Chris.
Yeah.
Working hard.
What do you got this week, Shane? You got anything specific?
I didn't really get a whole lot this week. I got some pictures to show. This is the only thing I got this week. And Corey McMahon picked him up for me from GameStop.
Cool.
And he's really neat. I like Big Boa. I was hoping he would be a little bit bigger, height wise.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's bigger Boa.
I got to thinking, about his file card. So I went and looked his file card up. But I thought that on there he said it was a heavyweight, but it never did. So I thought we'd just look at the file cards on some cards from now on when I do some stuff like that. But it doesn't really say anything about him at all. You see, it says Cobra Troopers can be an unruly bunch at times. I don't see that. They aren't motivated by patriotism, unity, loyalty, honor, or sense of duty. It takes a brutal, unfeeling taskmaster to whip them into fighting trim, and Big Boy fits the bill to a T. He has a voice like a bullhorn, fist the size of frozen turkeys, and the disposition of a rabid grizzly bear. I guess, fist size of turkeys are pretty big fists.
I think so, yep.
Big Boy kicks open the Cobra Barracks door at 0500 and makes everyone do the low crawl up the mountain while pushing a bowling ball with their noses. Then it's a 20-mile run through the brambling thickets, more push-ups than you want to know about, and a 2-mile swim upstream with a flak jacket and helmet. After breakfast, he starts on the hard stuff.
You definitely get the impression that he was supposed to be the foil to Sergeant Slaughter, don't you?
Exactly.
It never panned out. It just didn't happen.
Well, technically, he was supposed to have been the rival to Rocky Balboa.
Right.
That got scrapped because Rocky was supposed to about, I guess because they were doing Rambo and the Freedom Force. Sylvester Stallone's likeness was already being used or something, and so they wasn't able to get it. But
Jason Adams is watching. Yeah. And this was
just average boa.
Yeah, just average boa.
Now, I want to know, his hands were his fists were the size of frozen turkeys. Is frozen turkeys larger or smaller than thawed turkeys?
Well, it's water when it freezes.
Bigger?
Water when it freezes expands to 1/11th its size. So yeah, they're actually frozen turkeys are slightly larger than fresh turkeys.
So I was wondering why they specifically used frozen turkeys and not just say as big as turkeys.
Exactly.
That's right.
And everybody knows about Brock Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's say his fist is as big as lunch boxes. The old metal tin lunch boxes. Those are pretty big.
I don't know about that. That would be kind of geekish, wouldn't it?
Think about a frozen turkey fist. I just don't see it on.
No, I think Mr. Hammer may have exaggerated a bit. I'm pretty sure
maybe it was dwarf turkeys.
I mean, the second paragraph of that seems to be all BS. So if the last line of the first paragraph is a little bit of an exaggeration, I think we can probably slide by with that, right?
Yeah.
What year did he come out? What year did he come out originally? Cornish Game Head, exactly. A couple of ducks.
It was 89, wasn't it, John?
So yeah,
Big Boa. No, he come out in 87.
Was it 87? Okay.
Yeah, so he come out the same year Crocmaster come out.
He fell through the cracks on the cartoons then, because I think he was meant to be the foil for Sergeant Slaughter in the cartoons specifically. Yeah, I really do.
Cornish hens, maybe.
Well, the 87, the only characters we got from the 87 run was what was in the G.I. Joe movie.
Right.
And I don't even think Crocmaster wasn't even in it. There weren't hardly any Cobras or bad guys from the 87 in there. It was other than Cobra Law.
Right.
Yeah. But the Joes, of course, you had the one group with Jinx, Tunnel Rat, and Falcon, and
Chuckles.
And Chuckles, and of course Big Bob, which never was a figure in the past, but
Law and Order showed up in that movie too.
And Law and Order, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And Chuckles never spoke a word through the whole movie.
Oh, Falcon! Don't forget Falcon.
Oh yeah.
What a weird thing they did with Chuckles. That was weird.
You had most of the new Joes in there, but you didn't have any of the 80s you had Crocmaster and Big Boy. You had Crystal Ball.
Falcon.
I don't remember now who else come out.
Raptor. Sorry.
Raptor. Yeah.
Yeah, Raptor. You had so that was when the Ice Viper come out with a Snow Wolf, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you had the Ice Viper and you had the Sea Ray, the Sea Slug.
Sea
that
slug,
come
yeah.
with the, yeah, and some of those, but you didn't see any of those in the movie. That's weird that they didn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
all
Cobra
those were in the
was really
Dick
all they ever
cartoons,
did.
so they all showed up in the Dick series, didn't they? Crocmaster,
Yeah.
Raptor, and Crystal Ball, and all of them.
I don't know if they were in the Dick series or not. I don't know. I hadn't watched all the Dick series all the way through. I
they
started
were.
on it a while back, but I had never finished it. They did have like Slaughter's Marauders in it, and I don't even know if I don't even know if they had any Tiger Force or Python Patrol in the Dick series.
Yes.
It didn't come out until what, 90?
So yeah, it was 90
Yeah,
something,
91?
91.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I know it had Naugahyde and Metalhead. They were two of the main Cobras in it.
Yeah.
They were in about nearly every episode.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Queen of England was in that show.
So you had a couple of 2 or 3 year gap there where we didn't have a cartoon, so we missed out on a lot of the Joes from 87 to 89, 90 that probably would have been good characters in the cartoon, but we never got them.
Well, yeah, because version 3 Snake Eyes was never in any cartoons.
Yeah.
But version 4, with the blue and the orange and
Yeah.
stuff, he was in that Deke series because he watched an episode of that the other day where they declared Snake Eyes as the greatest ninja on the planet,
According to Storm Shadow.
according to Storm Shadow, to go fight some big bad villain.
Yeah.
So
He really improved there from the Sunbow to the Dick because he was.
did he though? Didn't
He
he?
was like, he was dressed as Boy George in one episode.
Yeah, he's a break dancing tranny that got beat up by teenagers on a fire escape too. The greatest ninja in the world. I guess he hit the gym there for a few years.
Yeah, I remember in the Sun.
Breakdancing.
Yeah, in the Sunboat, the Spirits that always went toe to toe with Storm Shadow
And Quick Kid.
Yeah, and Quick
Yeah.
Kid.
Yep.
Snake Eyes was just not cartoon material, apparently.
Mm-mm. I also have this.
I think the problem was he never could remember his lines.
That's probably what he was a terrible actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just left him out a lot of.
Oh, there you go. Look at that face, huh?
Yeah. I love these cartoon figures that they're doing.
Pretty cool.
I hate them.
You hate him? I'll keep
Your
buying them. But I
wallet
hate 'em.
hates them.
Now, has this been released or is this?
No, this is going to be released. I just said I was stop buying the Origin stuff, and that included the cartoon collection, and now here they are with this.
Now, you guys are going to have to help me here, but
Stop spinning.
I get it that the crotch piece is the same color as the boots,
Mm-hmm.
but without some extra paint, doesn't that look a little odd?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
He's looking like
I'm not
Superman.
being weird. I'm just looking at that going, they couldn't have painted, the rest of something or just left it the same color.
He's
Doesn't
like Superman.
that look odd?
He's like Superman.
No, he's not like Superman. I hate to break it to you. That Superman does not ever sport that look. That doesn't happen.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Well, I'm glad. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's why Cringer's face is like that.
Yeah,
It's a little weird.
They kind of screwed up on that one.
But as far as I know, this is the first Cringer.
Yeah,
And he's
it is the
cruising
first
hard.
Cringer, isn't it?
It is. So this is going to be hot.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they've done Cringer in the classics, but
Yeah,
this
well,
will be the
class-
first retail Cringer.
Now, are these are just general release or are these exclusives or
these are general. I think they're going to be general release because
Oh,
so
cool.
far all of them have been general release.
interesting, huh?
Cringer in the classics was actually an accessory for Queen Marlena,
Right.
and it was a San Diego Comic-Con set.
And then you get the artwork right there. You got Triclops and the Source or Evil End and Skeletor peeking in on them there. Might tell you why his trunks are a different color.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
It
It doesn't. I'm not being weird, guys. I'm just saying, doesn't that look strange?
does.
It's because of the ball joints on the legs, I guess.
Yeah, but I
It
mean,
should have kind of hung over the ball joints a little bit. I
well,
wonder if that's
Just make the top longer.
Exactly.
Is
Right?
that not the same mold as the other Prince Adam with just a different head?
Don't know.
I don't have mine here, so I couldn't tell you.
I don't either. I'd have to.
Just looks odd. That one really looks odd to me.
I know it is the same mold as the He-Man, but just with arm sleeves.
Right.
And the legs are painted instead. And that's supposed to be the original the mold that's got the loincloth.
Over that section, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't look as odd. Right.
Yeah.
That
In
just
the
looks
original,
bad.
it's instead of the legs being painted purple, they're just got a spray tan.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Timothy's right. It looks like a thong. It doesn't look.
It does.
It's just kind of weird. Hopefully, maybe this is like just a production photo, and that'll be fixed somehow. But that's.
Well, I don't know. I just pulled up the one from the Sky Sled, and it looks pretty much the same.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just odd looking.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get it because of the cringer. I hate it.
Well, that one will go down. That one will go down in.
Yeah, your wallet's gonna be cringing.
Yeah, look,
It already is.
that He-Man can go down in as
That's the one with the Sky Sled.
it's the same thing, but that was textured, so I guess maybe
Yeah,
it's still kind of weird though, guys. I don't know, kind of.
yeah. It seemed like it should like hang over a little bit, like it should have had
Yeah,
some fur,
yeah.
like where you could tell more it's fur. But
But
I
I'll
don't
say this: it's not as. Let me see the camera, Shane. It's not as much as I love this figure. I hate to do it. It's not as awkward as that.
yeah,
Hang on. We're going solo.
Yeah, it's not as awkward as that. They can't all be perfect, right?
yeah.
So,
No, they can't.
so I'm not making fun of your line if you don't make fun of my line. How's that? Because this is a fantastic figure, except for that. And it's just like
Exactly.
we've had that conversation before. How do these things get produced and make it all the way to finished product, and then someone goes, how did we miss that?
She looks like somebody Crocodile Dundee would meet in the bar.
Okay.
That's the articulation.
I'm going to put it back and pretend that never happened.
By the power of
Yep. Okay, calm down. Calm down. You're all right. It'll be all right.
take a breath, Emmeett. Take a breath.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, I never
Okay,
did quite
8:30.
understand the kind of. I
Right
guess
now, I'm trying not to fall on top of the
Okay.
dog.
Say good
I
night.
never
Emmeett.
really understood the
No, you're
pink
not. Say good
tunic.
night.
I mean, the purple I can get because purple's royalty, but the pink vest, I always thought maybe it should have been a little different color.
No.
I could never.
I guess they were really trying to convince people that he wasn't really He-Man, so it'd really be a disguise, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess it was a little strange. You got to admit, some of the stuff was a little weird.
It's like, people think it's weird that Clark Kent just puts on a pair of glasses and nobody can tell he's Superman.
Exactly.
Prince Adam just puts on a pink vest and nobody can tell he's He-Man.
Yeah, right. Because but to be fair, everybody else on the planet was 450-pound bodybuilders too. So that's relative, right?
Yeah, there weren't no wimpy people on Eternia, apparently.
No, there wasn't. There's steroids in the water. I'm telling you right now.
Their gravity
Steroids
must
in
have
the
been
water.
really heavy to have to,
They had a lot of rock to pick up back then. Kind of like Conan the Barbarian, All them guys in there was just huge. Swords they were lugging around and battle axes and stuff.
Oh wow. Hey, I got some stuff I can show. Then I can send in.
Hey.
I don't know. Shouldn't have, but I did. A bit to bullet. NECA.
Last Ronin.
Last Ronin.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. It's been a few years, so you know what? No spoilers. But yeah, I put his nunchucks in his hand so that you'd get the idea. But this is This is Mikey. Armored version.
Real
There
name
are-
on the paint, Timothy.
There are at least 2 other versions of Mikey. There is the unarmored, which Emmeett has, and then there's a red one, which is just some kind of weird repaint. To be
Oh
perfectly
yeah, I've
honest
seen
with
that
you.
before.
He's kind of different. And this week, I shouldn't have, but I did. I ordered them. Last Ronin Splinter. It's a cool figure. He's a really cool figure. Actually, his tail's got the wire in it,
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's good.
so that's kind of cool.
He can stand on his tail, I think.
I'll put him right here. He's got kangaroo feet, which is kind of cool. And my favorite, I got the graphic novel years ago, back in like 85, of the first few issues of Turtles, because they were made of unobtainium back then. But I bought a ton of Turtles in the late 80s
There's a
from
question for you.
from my nephew.
I like it.
I like the idea of it myself, but I hope it's done right.
It's an R-rated movie, which gives me, in a weird way, it gives me some hope. But the problem is Nickelodeon owns Turtles, and they
Mhm.
have. I swear that they're pulling a Disney. They are just out direct that franchise.
Yep.
Leo,
Yeah.
Last Ronin, Leo. Jeez. I always love Leonardo. Who doesn't?
Can't even say his name right.
This is a great. You can go to bed. You notice I enunciated that correctly. See, this is Leo.
He
And
also has a lot more money to spend because he bought the wrong Raph.
I got the right Raph.
Holy cow!
Spoiler alert. The name of this figure is a spoiler, but this is first to fall Raph. You kind of get the gist. You kind of get the gist of what the deal is with that. But
Great. Now we know how he dies.
well, no, you don't actually, because that's not what kills him. So, but I'll show you. I mean, it's typical. It's pretty typical
The box shows what kills him.
NECA stuff. You get heads. I mean, hands galore, bunch of weapons.
Mhm.
Right, there's Leo's package. And there's these cool little throwing knives. A package of throwing knives. Let's see what the next box is. This is first to fall Raph.
Don't show him the front at
No.
all.
Hands, yeah, that definitely tells you what happened to him on the front of the box. But separate head, more hands. Not a lot. I mean, other than a million arrows, not a lot comes with the Raph. And there is a regular Raph too, which I will get at some point in time. Splinter comes with a sword and a Tsuba. He actually comes with extra arms. Do you see that?
Show him the back.
No, really.
And yeah, all these different hands and stuff, which is cool. He's got his walking stick or the sword, which is very cool for Splinter.
How many extra arms did he come with?
2.
Okay.
Well, 1 for each side. There's an extra
Okay.
pair of
Extra
of
pair,
arms.
Well, he
And
should never
then-
be caught unarmed, then, should he?
Yeah, you will never catch Splinter unarmed. That is correct. And of course, they show you Donatello on the box, but there is no release date at all for Donatello. 'Tis but a flesh wound. That's right.
Or a shell wound.
I was hoping that Donatello would show up in the haulathon, but so far he hasn't this first week. But you never know; he still might. And then of course, Mikey, and I wanted to show you something cool about Mikey too. Mikey comes with a ton of weapons, absolute ton of them,
Man,
which
straight
is
bullet.
very cool. But I wanted to show you this in the storyline. In the storyline, we discover that over the years, in a lot of years past, that Mikey continued to mutate and get bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. This is interesting. There's Leo. There's Mikey.
Mm.
Mikey is a lot bigger than Leonardo. which I think is kind of a cool touch that they stuck with. I got to give hats off to NECA on that one because they stuck with the storyline. They didn't just, make 4 turtles that are all the same size. Mikey, the last Ronin, is a lot bigger than the other 2 turtles that have been released so far, which is really kind of cool. So, did I go down another rabbit hole? No.
Of course you
Did not.
did. Yeah, you did.
I just
That was a
just
turtle
wanted,
hole instead of rabbit hole.
I just wanted, yeah, right. I just wanted the turtles and
And that's how it starts.
well, if they do the 4 new turtles, I'll get them too.
Yep. There we go.
But there's no word on that. So, as it stands right now, I did not go down a rabbit hole. I would appreciate you minding your own business.
He went down sewer.
Old rabbit hole Dave. That's what I'm calling now, Dave.
Nah, he went down sewer drain.
I don't need you reminding me of anything at all. Matter of fact.
He went down.
I can
sewer.
see Dave's like, I can't believe Shane and John's got into the Mythic Legions. Oh, look at these turtles.
The dumb thing is I saw the book, I saw the hardcover at Target for months and months, and just didn't bite.
Looks like Leo's about to beat up Quick Kick.
And I bought that graphic novel, and I got to tell you, it was a fantastic story. And then
Done gonna beat up
I
Quick
ignored
Kick.
the figures, and then about a week and a half ago, I got a thing from Walmart that you get the ads, and it popped up that the Splinter and Leo and Raph are going up for pre-order, and then it's just like, oh, sucker! I just
Rabbit hole Dave.
so yeah, but these are. I mean, it's NECA. They're awesome.
Yep,
they're awesome. Leo's swords are a little short, but still very cool.
Who cares?
Very cool. Adult Ninja Turtles. When the story takes place, they're no longer teenagers. So, very cool. And I have to tell you, I went back and I got the Lost Years book at Target for their 30% off. For $20, they're great reads. And I got issue 1 of The Last Ronin Revolution.
No. It's the Last Ronin 2 Evolution.
There you go. And then they just announced that book 2 of that series has been set back until June. So, but that's actually a pretty cool story so far too, because, there's 4 new turtles. So,
dun dun dun.
Yep. That's boy, that's a pretty bad joke there. The power of Gay Skull. I'm just not going there. I'm just not doing it. I saw it once before, and I keep looking at it for some reason because I'd really like to add to that, but I'm just not going to do it. Anyways, that was my irresponsibility for the week. I bought turtles. I had no business buying, but I did.
But now he has turtles.
And I think they're pretty awesome, actually.
You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go to the pet store, buy 4 turtles and a rat.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Hey, say goodnight, Emmeett.
No.
Take your booze with you.
Good night, Emmeett.
Good night, Emmeett.
Holy cow.
Christopher said sorry for the comment. No need to apologize.
No, not really. No. Bo Corella. Hey, Bo. Typical. I hate to say it. I had to change out the hands and the head on, all of them, actually. And you get that first snap. You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? When you go to pull a head off, you go to pull a hand off, it snaps and you kind of wince because it's just like, did it do what it was supposed to do, or did I break the stupid thing? But luckily, no breaks, no joint issues. Awesome. I like this Leo very much. Very cool. And I wanted to show you this on the RAF. These arrows. This shell, the shell here, where all these arrows are sticking in, this slots all over it. Can you see it? Can you see that one right there?
Oh yeah.
just to begin it, and it's soft. The arrows are soft, and the shell is soft, so it's very cool. They just kind of slide in there. Very cool. If you go by movie continuity on the Turtles versus reading the original Mirage books, you find out that there was a bit of a swap there between Leonardo and Raphael, as far as who got mortally wounded, type thing. If you get a chance, and I guess we got the announcement that the first 50 issues of the Marvel run for Joe is being released by Skybound in a compendium this fall, which is awesome news for those of us that have been trying to finish our graphic novels, but our collected editions, but don't want to spend $500 on one book. That was fantastic news. There are more and more and more rumors that they're going to do. IDW is going to do the same with Turtles, because Mike would probably attest to this. And as far as comics go, boy, Turtles is the only thing that IDW has got going on right now. So if you get an opportunity to read those original early stories of Turtles, do it, because there is actually great stuff. Really great stuff. So nice. What else is new here? Started putting out my DC Universe stuff back, all my McFarlane stuff. Toyed with the idea of selling. Unless somebody wanted to buy the whole thing as a lot, I'm not going to be moving any of them. I like them. We were talking about that before. I had to put them away while the project was going on behind me. Now I started digging them out again, and it's just like, when things are put away, you kind of go, I could sell that and not miss it, right? Then you got to take it out and start looking at it and figuring out what you should or shouldn't ask, and then it's just like, I don't want to sell this.
That's how it always goes for me too.
Yeah. I mean, when I've sold collections before they were out, they were displayed, and you got John. John is probably especially could attest to this. You kind of get to the point where you're bored with looking at it. When you get to that point, you can sell it without any regret. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got with Star Wars. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of figures and, vehicles. And it's just like, the Mirage Studios run Mike.
Mike said they have released the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trade.
Yes. Oh, yes. Mike Matthews, not Mikey the Turtle. I'm sorry. I got confused there. He was asking Mike, not talking about Michelangelo. Sorry, that threw me for a second. I was going to say the Mirage Studios run Mike, and I was thinking, is there a limited series that I didn't know about or something?
I wished I had a copy of that Turtles #1.
Eastman and Liard were in Massachusetts. They were in Maine all the time. You could go to any shop anywhere, almost any time, and run into one or the other of them in southern Maine when the Turtles hit. But I have to tell you, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those original 4 issues. It's not even newspaper print that those are printed on. Mm-hmm. It has got to be the cheapest paper you ever seen. I mean, they are full on black and white. The quality on them is horrible, but now they're worth thousands upon thousands of dollars because there were so few of them made, and even less of them survived because they'd turn into pages trying to read them. I remember seeing quite a few. When I say quite a few, 4 or 5 original issues from the Turtles run that those guys would have with them or whatever.
Most of the originals I saw kids even colored in them.
Yeah,
they're black and white.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then of course when they did go to color, Mike might remember, issue 6 or 7, they actually got enough money up to go color. All of their bandanas and all of the ribbons on the Turtles was red. Mm-hmm. There was no colors. That was a cartoon thing. So interesting.
They did that so the kids could tell them apart in the cartoon, I guess.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, because they all looked exactly the same. There really wasn't a whole lot of differences. So,
And who would have thought? I thought, well, I had a copy. I had a copy of the first issue of the Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters, and it didn't do worth a flip. I thought, the turtles sound like crazy. Surely people would much rather have a black belt hamster, but no.
nope.
That never did take off.
No, it just didn't catch on, did it?
Yeah, I don't even remember who put that out. I'd have to go back.
I don't know. I bet they're gone now.
Oh yeah, I don't even think it ran just a few issues. I don't know. I never. I literally had issue number 1 of it, but and it was in black and white too, if I remember right. I'll have to look that up now. I don't even know what I've done with that issue.
Thank you for that, Mike.
Thanks,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's got me curious now.
It would be kind of hard to make a spoof of a spoof because both Eastman and Laird said that it was a spoof. The Turtles were a spoof of Daredevil comics.
Yeah.
So, which is still a weird thing, but look at it. I mean, they sold, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? They walked away from that deal with an absolute ton of cash.
Oh, yeah.
So, and of course, Eastman's back in the publishing bit. So, writing this Last Ronin stuff. So that's fantastic. More power to him. So just be aware. We're getting down to it again. Just be aware if the rumors are true because of the July comment with the Tiger Paw, and the number on the box. There was a whole bunch of speculation, and it may be true that there could be at least 17 Joe figures making a full frontal assault on your wallet between now and July.
Yep.
So if you thought, 9 was going to be bad for the month of April's and May, if it is true, you may be looking at doubling that between now and July. With that said,
and a couple of those are looking like they're going to be 2-packs too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
One of them mainly going to be the Cobra Law Royal Guards.
Right. I think that's a safe bet. I really do. If you are, maybe you guys have more news. If you are a McFarlane guy, there is a YouTuber. He's been doing it a long time. He's got all kinds of guys that get information out of Indonesia. For whatever reason, Indonesia seems to be a hot spot for Joe rumors because they get stuff a lot earlier than we do as far as their retail listings go. It's looking very much so like McFarlane is about to just absolute murder us through the end of the year with figures. One count was upwards of 50 figures. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But boy, I hope not.
Any word on what the Hasbro team is going to put out? A lot of stuff. They trying to make money quick because they're in a bad spot.
Here's the thing. We don't have any idea because we do have and we've done it before. Maybe we'll do it again next week if you want to join us again next week. We've done it before. We have a complete listing of all of the code names for everything that's supposed to be released that we know of.
And I do believe they have added to that list.
We still seem to pick up 1 or 2 a week. It's kind of weird, but Shane's right. And that's above and beyond what we already know for at least name reveals.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about an avalanche of figures, an absolute 40, 48 figures.
Yeah. I think they're going to be harder, Mike, this year.
I think it's going to be earlier, Mike. I really do. I think they're just going to. I think we're about to get blitzed starting in May, from the sounds of it, and I don't think they're going to let up until they just flat out run out of product that they can give us. They're trying desperately. I don't know if some of the rumors are true that they're looking to sell the license because it's all they have to try to bail themselves out. I think that's an extreme rumor, but you never know. I mean, Hasbro's in a bad way. It's bad. So it's very hard to tell. But if they're trying to boost the value of the line, they got to have a lot of product out there, and maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
See, it's doing it to me again. I'm getting comments on here that I'm not getting on the phone, so I don't know who's talking to me.
Talking about the one that posted up now?
Yep.
That's from YouTube.
Okay.
Cobra Uprising. Now, see, I can see it says Cobra Uprising.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Normally,
And the
it
rest
just
of them
says
we still
Facebook
get
user.
Facebook users. So, forgive me. We genuinely do try to welcome everybody when they pop up.
Right.
But we get this weird thing where on here, it just gives us Facebook user. But if I'm paying attention to it on my phone, which I try to do, at the same time, I'm actually getting names of members from our group. So if I missed you or, don't feel left out, please don't think that. And this has got a lag.
I try to get every comment up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and, but with that said, you're gonna be broke. More power to you, buddy. I got broke a long time ago.
that's Timothy here with a comment.
Sergeant Rock, yes, that is a definite. Holy Catzilla. Sergeant Rock is coming. That is confirmed because of the new animated universe that's tied in with the new movie universe. Sergeant Rock and the Creature Commandos is a real thing in production, so there will be a Sergeant Rock figure.
Sure.
The speculation with Sergeant Rock is, will they or will they not include firearms? Because
seems kind of hard to do Sergeant Rock without including firearms.
Well, this is the this is the idiocy of it. Is actually Warner Brothers that told them not to include any more firearms with any of their DC based characters.
Crazy.
So it's completely up in the air whether Sergeant Rock is going to have firearms or not. He should have his Thompson, the 1927 Thompson. Is he going to? I don't know, but yes, Sergeant Rock is definitely happening.
Oh yeah.
That one's set in stone. So,
oh yeah, in G.I. Joe June, we know we're going to at least get 8 figures in.
You got Joe June and you got Comic-Con right after that.
You're going to have Comic-Con exclusives in. It's going to be like last year with Chuckles. We're going to have to go get a code.
Oh, what a waste of time that was, because then you could just buy Chuckles.
I expect next year we'll have figures based off the G.I. Joe Transformers movie.
You gotta love Timothy because he goes right straight for the Gojira.
Yeah,
the Godzilla. He got a Catzilla. Right there you go. You gotta love Timothy. He's a Godzilla fan from way back too. We've got our contest for you for the Cobra Uprising. You might not have known about us back around late December, early January, but we have a giveaway going on right now that is based on figure predictions for 2024. Maybe the guy that's in charge of that would let you put in a list and get joined up this late, maybe because you're new to the group. Maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. I don't trust the guy myself, but
he's kind of shady.
You never know. But that's
and the HasLab. We can't forget the HasLab.
If you're going to do it, you better do it quick, but before they announce the release of all these other figures.
Well, yes, right. Yes, because some of us are way ahead of you, actually. Some of us are way behind you already, and you haven't even put any names in. So, the HasLab strong. I'm telling you, it's been a rumor for 6-8 months now, and it's still hanging right in there. The HasLab is going to be the Rattler.
Yep.
Based on stuff that they have said bigger stuff. They have said aircraft. That's what they want to reserve HasLab for.
Yep.
So that's that.
I still don't see because we had the list pinned at the top of the thing, but I can't find it.
I text all the lists to you.
Yeah, I was just looking at them, but I can't find where I thought we had it pinned up there.
I'll have to
post it.
I have to repin it. on the page.
Yeah, pin it again.
So
Yeah.
if anybody else wants to get in before they do announce these other figures, you can. It's basically 10 figures that you think they're gonna either make or at least announce
Name.
by the end of December.
And it can't already be announced.
Right.
Right, and if they've been announced, which they've already announced a few this year already, if they've already been announced, then you know it's kind of we have to throw those out. But
Right.
if anybody that still wants to get in on it, and I should have brought I got the thing out there. I'll try to remember to show it next week, the giveaway. But 10 figures that you believe is going to be released or announced by December 31st, 2024.
And
That has not been announced.
right.
And then you can throw in for bonus points a long shot
Right.
guess at some obscure character that you think, like for me, mine was Pythona. I think they're going to announce a Pythona before the end of the year for Cobra Law.
Right.
But
Mine was Don Moreno. I think there's going to be a Don Moreno figure.
Yeah.
Mine was Gobulus, and it looks like we're going to get a Gobulus pretty soon.
Yeah.
So-
So, and you know what?
So-
I threw in a couple of vehicles too.
Me too.
So just keep that in mind if you want to do this.
Let's
So
see,
if
Matt.
anybody wants to do it, I'd say if you can hurry up and get them in before, because they've got a lot of listed out, and as soon as these names, as soon as it's revealed what they are, probably in June.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't wait that long. I'd try to go ahead and get them in. Anybody else that wants to enter, put them in there, and I guess shoot them to any one of the three of us by messenger, or how you guys want to do it. Post it on Facebook. You can post it in the group, I guess, and as long as we see it.
Just send it
I try to look at
send it to
everything.
John, since he's the guy over this.
Yeah. You can just send them to me through Messenger, and I'll try to keep track of. I got them here. I need to print them all out where I can lay them out and see them side by side.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them. Believe it or not.
Christopher Kitchen said, "How am I doing?
Terrible.
How's he doing, John?
Well, let's see. I don't know. Let's see.
Absolutely horrible, because John don't know.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Let's see.
I think you were officially disqualified, actually. So.
Actually, here it is. So let's see. Christopher had Stalker version 2, Steeler, Mainframe. Did they announce Mainframe?
Yes.
Yes, I
They
believe
have
so.
announced Mainframe, so that's one. Short Fuse, Sneak Peek, Night Viper, Baroness in Scuba Gear, Battle Armor Coco, Wild Weasel, and Iron Grenadier Destro with the spoiler. And Falcon Glider Pilot Grunt was his bonus. So if they've announced Mainframe, that's one.
That's the only one you got so far, Chris.
You got one, and I think a strong possibility on 2 that we'll know about right off.
This is from the YouTube user Cobra Uprising.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's cool. Found y'all on Facebook.
Okay,
I hope
good.
it's a Rattler for Haslab.
Yeah.
We appreciate you joining in on us, man. Tell your friends. We're here every Sunday night.
And this is what we do. We talk. We don't get, we just have fun. We want the interaction, because this is about you guys interacting with us, not us just sitting here talking for 2 hours. So,
If
I will say that
we can do that.
The interaction has gotten a lot better in the last few weeks.
If we do a figure review or an unboxing, it's for those people that's been asleep for the last 2 months, because we usually don't get stuff till way after it's out.
Hasbro is not sending us free stuff.
We're not inside men.
I mean, to be fair, we had a shot at inside information, but I had to tell Emily over and over and over again, I'm happily married, so stop texting me. So that was the end of that. I know Lenny was harassing Shane there for a while, and he had to do the same thing. Sorry, buddy, it's just not that way.
It's just how we are nowadays.
So no, we don't break news here. We have fun. We talk about stuff. We actually give you an outlet to be able to say some things that other pages don't.
Exactly.
They just spew this stuff at you, whether it's right or wrong or indifferent. Doesn't matter to them. They got your view. That's all they care about. This is your opportunity to talk. So,
and anybody's welcome to be a guest on the show and show pictures of their collection if they want to.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So
Cobra Uprising, subscribe to notifications on, like the show so far. Appreciate
Nice.
it, man.
cool.
Thank you.
Tell
No,
you,
we just
tell your
have fun.
buddies. We're here, like I said, we're here every Sunday night.
No, we just have fun.
That's it. Fun.
You met Emmeett earlier. Emmeett is my grandson,
He's the comedy relief for the show.
he's kind of become the unofficial mascot because when we go to shows and stuff, he's usually dressed as Snake Eyes and and complaining the whole time that his helmet hurts.
He's hot.
The other half of the time he's whining about I want money, which
Yeah, I think we all whine about that.
I whine at my wife all the time. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Problem with Emmeett is I told him to go get some money from me, and he never come back.
Oh, so
yeah.
Um,
And then we have Catzilla, as most of you saw. We have her on the show every once in a while, and a moose. We have a moose come on every once in a while.
Yeah, that moose can stay right where it is.
Yeah.
Off camera. I don't want to hear any more about that moose. Because those have dried up apparently.
I've got some sad news. I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
I cannot find Orb nowhere. I don't know what I've done with him.
Oh, that's
Thank
so
you.
bad.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it. I told you a week ago the check was in the mail.
I do not know. I cannot find him anywhere. I don't know what I've done with him. That's my new figure inspector. He checks out all my new figures I get, and I can't. I don't know where he's at.
Did he come up missing about 2 weeks ago?
It's been a few weeks. I hadn't seen him in the last couple of weeks, and I cannot figure out what I've done with him.
Huh. That's strange.
Did you take him, Shane? Have you got Orb?
Oh, that's right too. You were just there, weren't you? Huh.
Yeah,
That moose does look really good.
So you're telling me I sent the check to the wrong person? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, all you had to do was ask.
All right. Okay. For those of you that don't know, never mind. It's none of your business. I don't want to talk about that anymore either. No doubt he'll show back up and then you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of really, really bad puns, you're going to love Orb.
Bad dad jokes, too.
As soon as I find him, I got a good one. I'm saving up. I just got to find him. I don't know where he went to.
Oh, well, anyway.
Cool. Hey, Timothy, did you go in on the equal for that Spectre figure a week ago? I didn't get a chance to ask you if you did or if you came up with that one or not.
He's won them all, so he probably got that one too.
Boy, he was hitting them left and right, wasn't he?
He was. He was on a roll, like I was with winning those Mythic Legions.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's it. What's up with that? Didn't that seem to have dried up over the last week? There was auctions everywhere. No, not auctions, but drawings. All of a sudden, there hasn't been nothing on there.
Mm-hmm.
Shane won everything. They didn't want to have.
Well, yeah, they're all cleaned out, right? They're all in bankruptcy now.
I literally drained that one guy of all of his Mythic Legions.
If the other guys on there says Shane Urkel guy, he keeps winning. We're just gonna quit playing because
See, we were talking about that earlier.
I'm a fan of the Jordan Spectre.
The packaging and the marketing still refers to him as Jim Corrigan, and it's not.
Yeah.
That figure is Hal Jordan Spectre. So, which is just weird for them. They usually keep it straight better than that. What was the third one? Crispin Allen. Yes, Crispin Allen. He kind of came and went. He was just the Spectre for a while. It didn't work out. Now, of course, we're back to Jim Corrigan, which, of course, is everybody's favorite Spectre. So,
Spectre.
So, yes, expect a busy. Here's my prediction. Expect a busy year. Do not expect anything new. Yeah.
Something.
Something.
Oh, something.
Don't expect new figures or anything that's been slated for this year's release. Don't wait on clearance for those because I think the production numbers are way down. I don't think there's still a couple of waves. I think you can expect to see show up at like Ross or Ollie's or whatever. but not this newer stuff. I think the numbers have been slashed.
Well, at
So
least about half.
And we are going to get buried. I don't care what you collect. I think you're going to get absolutely avalanched with figures. I really do. So that's my prediction for the next few months, anyways. 904, man, where'd the time go?
I got 909. Holy cow! Where did the time go?
909. My phone says 909. This laptop says 905. That's really strange, isn't it?
It's lagging.
Well, we did get a little late start, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But appreciate everyone joining in.
Yes.
Really
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember him now. Timothy, I remember him now. I didn't read that book, but I do. He showed up in some of the main bat books here and there a couple times. Yeah, I remember him now. Crispin Allen. So cool. Well, guys, another week, another show.
Was his name Crispin before or after he fought Heatwave?
Oh,
Isn't that right? Heatwave was the one with the flamethrower or whatever?
Firefly.
What's that?
Well, there is a heat wave, but if he was in Gotham, it was probably Firefly.
Oh, okay. Firefly
Big Lots is getting good stuff. Well, get right out there and figure it out, right? I'd never go in there.
Where at?
Big Lots.
Big Lots.
I haven't been in Big Lots in a while.
Last time I was in Big Lots when they had the Origin Royal Guards. Massive universe. That was the last time I've been in there.
Cool. Well, worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what you'll find. As big as it should be, true short quantity, and then it was crazy. Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly right. Yep. That's what we talked about earlier in the show, where Rick said, we used to call them chase figures, and it's gotten to the point where the army builders are the chase figures.
Yeah.
But they're still not short packed like what we used to experience. I think that phenomena kind of came and went, but
except for McFarlane.
The
Platinum series.
Well, yeah, the whole Mike gave me the skinny on that whole thing with the platinum editions. That there's 2 platinum editions per wave usually, and there's no guarantee. You could order as many cases as you want. You may end up getting the same platinum edition figure over and over and over again. Never see the other one. So that's what happened with the Wonder Woman. And of course they're going to do it again with the Penguin. So the classic Penguin is the platinum is the muted colors, the superpower colors, and it's just to drive you crazy. But hey, you know what? He makes great toys, but the guy's always been a jerk. Let's face it. Todd McFarlane is a jerk. He always was. He always has been. But he makes great stuff. So what are you going to do? I don't have to go have a beer with a guy. So I probably would if I got the opportunity, and I'd tell him he's a jerk. But
you're a jerk. Now, what else are you putting out this week?
Well, yeah, you know what? He's heard it. Trust me, he's heard it. It wouldn't be a big shock to him. So, anyways, so we're looking forward to the shows here right off. Hopefully, maybe, kind of, sort of. I kind of am. I'm kind of not. We'll see what happens, right? That's it for this week, right, guys?
Yep.
Good night, guys. Thanks for joining in.
Good night.
Good night, guys.